quit blocking your blessings. Nobody is blocking your blessings but yourself. Nobody is doing you dirty but yourself. Nobody is standing in the way of your success and your peace and the love that you desire and you want to give but yourself. I think we get caught up in this idea that people, and we allow people to dictate, and we blame people all the time for where we are in life, our emotional state, our state of peace, our state of mind, our consciousness. We allow people to take over our entire life, our whole entire living arrangement. Your entire psyche is depicted on how somebody feels about you. And then you allow that to control your peace. You allow that to control your mindset. You allow that to then take over your success and your goals. Next thing you know, you start doubting yourself. Next thing you know, your confidence just falls. Your self-esteem is so low. You stop caring. You stop caring about the people that love you. You stop caring about people who have always been in your circle, right? Because you allow the wrong people, number one. And number two, you allow evil spirits. You allow devilish and negative energy to coexist with you, right? You allow it to be in your circle. You allow it to exist in your very being. When you allow people to choose for you, that's when you start getting led astray. You know, one thing I love about life and, you know, the choices of life is you get to make decisions. God gave us free will. You get to make decisions, right? You get to choose if you want to go to work today or not, right? With actions comes consequences, right? With not listening to God comes consequences, right? That's disobedience. With not listening to your heart and the signs that God gives you, you are going against what God is giving you. You're going against what God is showing you, right? We have to get in this habit of not allowing people to choose for us, right? It's not people directly choosing, but passively choosing through their words, through their actions, through their energy towards you, right? And something I fall victim of all the time is, you know, falling to the wayside of allowing people to dictate my emotional state, right? Because of how they're feeling towards me, then it starts bleeding into my mind, right? It starts bleeding on to my feelings. It starts bleeding into my energy, right? Energy is contagious. That's why the Bible talks about that your mouth and your tongue and basically your body language speaks volumes, is that it can spread positivity, it can spread love, peace, or it can spread death, right? It can spread hate. It can spread devilish negative energy, right? You get to control your energy. You get to control how you move. You get to control your mindset, right? Romans 12:2 talks about renewing your mind, but you are in control, right? God is in control of every part of your life, but you get to choose, right? You have decisions to make. You have to make the best decision for you. You have to make the right decision for you. You cannot look at somebody else's feelings all the time because, yes, we get caught up and want to please other people. We get caught up and want to make sure everybody around us is loved and taken care of, right? Even the people who don't like us sometimes that we used to care about, that we figured out didn't really care about us, we still try to check up on them and they don't even care about us, right? That's foolish, but that's real because there's people out here who love people who don't love them. That's the reality. We hang around people who don't like us all the time. We're around people who don't have our best interests at heart all the time, right? But see, that's the part, that's the piece that you're missing. Staying around those people, staying around that energy, staying around that environment. Environment is everything, right? You can either live or die. You can either thrive or perish, right? You can either thrive, survive, or die. In your environment, because your environment makes you or breaks you, right? Because in any environment you will be tested. In any environment you will be, there will be those groups of people around you who will try to put you to work. They'll try to mess with you, right? So think about this, right? Whenever you go throughout your day, I want you to think about, illustrate and realize the people who you are around, right? Indicate who, by their body language, by their energy, by, the things that they do, because, actions over words, right? But words, I want you to make sure you check their language, you check their speech, right? You have to be in this habit of creating the peace that you want. You are in control of the peace that you desire, right? God gave us the ability to have peace, right? Jesus had peace within his struggles. Jesus had peace within the wilderness. Though he was hungry, he still had peace because he knew God was with him, right? You have to learn the only way you are going to find peace is through finding your inner self, right? Finding peace within yourself, finding peace within the love and the care that God gives you, finding peace within your entire environment, but also making sure that you are making peace, right? Do not be that guy who is, illustrating toxicity. Don't be that guy. If you realize you are a guy that is toxic, or a person or a girl that is toxic, bro, check yourself, right? Check yourself. It is okay to check yourself. It is okay to also be checked. Right? You have to realize if you want this life of peace, because life is too short for there not to be peace, for you not to live the life that you want, for there to be, yes, you want to push, you want to grind, you want to struggle, you want to get to this money, you want to get to the bag. Everybody said you want to get to the bag. That is absolutely good. That's good for you. Get your money, get your bread, get out the 9 to 5, do those things. But you can have the most money and not be at peace within your environment. Right? You could be living a lie, living in a evil environment, and have the most money and be a billionaire, trillionaire, whatever you want to call it, and you will still not be at peace. The only way that you can find peace is to eliminate what is destroying your peace, and that takes soul searching, and that takes meditating, and that takes analyzing, and that takes time, and it takes tough decision making. And you can literally make that change today. Check your circle. Check your environment. Check even your job. Check the things that you do on your calendar. You're on your schedule every single day. Check what you do on a regular day basis. And realize, okay, I can't go there anymore because that is destroying my relationship with God. Or realize that is destroying my peace. That is destroying my mental state. Every time I go to this place, I feel out of place. Then especially when I leave this place, I really feel out of place. I feel out of whack. Now you get to really okay, now I'm not going there anymore. Now I'm going to read my Bible instead and spend some time alone with God. Or I'll spend some time, go get some food, chill by myself. Or hang with some friends. Hang with some true friends. Friends that love you, that care about you, that want to be there for you. Be around that business group that wants to care for you, that wants to see you grow and elevate, wants to see everybody win. Genuinely. That's the key. Genuine care. Genuine peace, right? Peace is created through your doings, your environment. You get to dictate your environment. And some of y'all say oh yeah, I may not have money, so I'm living with my mom, and we're not in the greatest neighborhood, and you can still create peace. You get to choose who you're cool around. You get to choose who you're cool with. You don't have to hang around that group of people anymore. So I hope you learned something. I hope you take this video, apply it to your life. As always, God bless.